So Karim Benzema has been voted as the winner of the 2022 edition of the Ballon Dor, and I'm sure you know this by now. If you don't worry, I'm going to talk about the highlights of the 2022 edition of the Ballon d'Or and also give you a conversation around about the major topics in the world of football. My name is Delali Frank, and this is News Daily on the Soccer. If it's your first time here, please hit on the subscription button and let's build this community together. But without wasting time, let's go straight into it. So Karim Benzema is the champion, maybe the winner of the 2022 edition of the Ballon d'Or. It was obvious that he was going to win it. But the other conversation around it is Sadio Mane's position and also Mohamed Salah's position. There's also a conversation around it. People are saying that they don't believe why Sadio Mane should be placed second in the world whilst Mohamed Salah is placed all the way fifth. But I've always said this, that when it comes to voting, because the Ballon d'Or is purely voting, when you put people in a room to vote, it's obviously going to be a different case. But what I'm going to do is that I'm going to give you the winners, like the top 10 winners, so that maybe you would understand. I'll start from the 10th, which is Erling Haaland, who plays for Manchester City. Luka Modric played number 9 or placed 9th. Vinicius Jr. was 8th, and then Thibaut Courtois was 7th. 6th was Kylian Mbappe. 5th was Mohamed Salah. Robert Lewandowski plays 4th. Kevin De Bruyne plays 3rd. And Sadio Mane plays 2nd. That is good news. Sadio Mane plays in 2nd. It means that he's the second African player, or maybe the first African player to finish up in the top 3 ever since George Weah managed to win the Ballon d'Or from Liberia. After George Weah winning, we've never gotten African players come all the way to place in the top 3. That is good news for us. So, congratulations to Sadio Mane. He picked 2 awards, and it's very good for African football. Kudos to him. Other winners include Manchester City winning Club of the Year, and people still don't understand why a club like Real Madrid will place 3rd while Manchester City managed to win the Club of the Year. I think they had a good season apart from not winning the Champions League. They had a very exciting season. Let's come home and talk about Ghana football. So, in Ghana football, the head coach or the assistant coach of the Black Star, which is George Boateng, in an interview has given advice to home-based players that when they call them, what they have to do. According to him, he believes that when home-based players come to the national team, they should integrate quickly. They shouldn't come and join the players and start taking selfies. And when they see these buggers, buggers, the players that play in Europe, they shouldn't treat them as superstars, but rather concentrate on the ball and play. That is the only way that can give them a slot. Let's listen to what he said.
Scene, as a player comes on the scene, I remember vaguely when I was young, a striker from Italy, Toto Schillaci, never heard of. And he came on the scene and started scoring goals. So it's the same with the local players here. We as staff are monitoring it really closely, and we are watching to see who is capable of to join the team, to push some of these boys who are international level out of the squad. Now, what they need to do more, which I understand, when you are a local player and you come with the Black Stars, example, Thomas Partey is playing for Arsenal, Emirates, played for Atletico Madrid. He's a top player, right? So I can understand when a local player joins the camp and he sees Thomas, it's like, wow.
They're starstruck.
Yes,
yeah.
Which is understandable. I think what we do very well as staff is we have individual chats with them, especially the local players, and we try to give them the confidence that you are here not because by a merit. You are here because you've deserved it. You've earned the right to be here. Now go out there and enjoy yourself. Make sure that we see you. You do the right things at all times. And the local players we've had so far have done so. The only thing I would like to say is that the level is high.
Yeah.
The level currently is higher than most people think it is. Because you are going to play against the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, the likes of Diaz, which is just unbelievable, right? The level is high. So all I would say is that when they come on board, just give your best shot and fight for a place, but don't come to Black Stars to be a number. Come to make a change, come to make an impact. And we as staff definitely want that. We want to help those players to also make a career and to make an impact.
Well, I think that's a good advice, you know, because he's the head coach. He works closely with the players, and it's very obvious. If you're a local-based player, you watch Thomas Partey, maybe you're a fan of Thomas Partey, you see him, you want to take autograph and all that. But concentrate on the pitch and play. The next thing is Fatau Dauda, who was part of the 2014 squad that went to play the World Cup in Brazil. And he has also stated that he believes that Otuado knows the players that are going to represent that in the World Cup. He believes that that is going to happen. But he also says that maybe, no, he didn't even say maybe, he is insisting that the national team coaches should make sure that at least we have 2 or 3 players from the local league in the Black Star squad. He was speaking to Joyce Sports, and he said that he was asking a question around the conversation that there's a lot of money, clubs are going to make some few money from the World Cup if players represent. As a result of that, I did a video around the money that players can make, clubs can make, and whether as a result of that we should take Ghanaian players. But he believed that we should take players from the domestic league because the clubs are struggling, there's no money around, and this will be a good opportunity for them to make more money. Let's listen to what Fatau Dauda also said.
I think we should have, by now we should have a fair idea about the squad. From the game they played, the last game they played recently, that will give us a fair idea on the players who will make the trip. Although it's not confirmed, but at least it will give us some fair idea. For my department as a goalkeeper, I think we can't go without Richard Ofori. You can't go without Jojo Wallacott. You understand? So for that one, it's possible they will go. So I think we may have some surprises in the squad, but the majority of the squad will be the regular players who have been playing recently. I'm just hoping at least we'll have 2 local players joining the squad to work up. You know, the teams have been struggling because they've been financing their clubs with their own money. So if these players should join the squad, definitely they will have something to run with their club. So I'm just hoping, I'm just wishing they will do that.
Do you agree with Fatau Dauda? He said at least 2 or 3. If you are taking 2 or 3 players, let me know in the comment section. Who do you think deserves to be there? Who do you think do not deserve to be there? Mention at least 3 players in the comment section. 3 players from the Ghana Premier League that you think Otuado should consider adding them to the squad. So that's today's edition of News Daily. We talked about the highlights of the Ballon d'Or. We've also talked about George Boateng's advice to local-based players, and also talked about Fatau Dauda, who believes that local-based players should be given opportunity to be parts of the World Cup, Qatar 2022. Thank you for being with us. If you enjoy what we do here, please hit on the subscription button and let's build this community together. But until we meet again, bye-bye for now.